I want to welcome you back from Ugada. I know it has been an experience. We will get to hear of it much later. Thank God for joining message. Just a brief meeting of all the stakeholders. First, I want to introduce the Ezal of Abacheke community.
There's a cage. Son, Ifeanyi cage.
Cage. The secretary?
Yes.
Secretary Chief John D.N. Raleigh.
Okay. Who is going to address us? He's the one who has been spearheading this thing for over 4 years.
Exactly.
From Choi Jesus tenor to Sonny's tenor and to this tenor now. And in this tenor, we are seeing the results.
Okay.
And we hope to see the final implementation. Is engineer Ugochukwu, which name? Gamadra.
Okay.
Fan. So, my husband is the one who has donated the land you first saw for the nursery and the agro project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
So it's a privilege to be in your midst today. Like Mr. Rega rightfully said, it's been a while. So the premise of the meeting, the project was that we'll come to know that there are oil spills in our communities, Abacheke, Ugada, and Ugada. And I'm an environmental scientist by profession. So they say what's good over there is also good over here. We're all human beings. There is no way oil spill will be happening all around the world. People are doing good job to clean them up. But our farmlands are devastated. So myself and one of his children, Ray Ariaga, actually I'll give Roy credit for this community because he's been the one that I go to share what's going on in your community. Give me information. When they come back to us saying, "Oh, community cannot be assessed," I will tend to go back and get a security report, which your people have been very, very cooperative. You're able to give us a clear report how they will protect the project. That's why we're here today. But the main thing that I want to touch on today is what are the community's responsibilities. Because this project, before I even skip further, I want you to take a clear image of this.
Right? Those documents in from
All right. So the title of the project is Reclamation of Oil Spill Degraded Farmlands. Because we've come to understand and we'll confirm today that most of the oil spills made in Kenya Watara Alindemad was a lack of it. So our goal is not only do we want to remediate them, but we also want to now help you guys reclaim your land and reclaim your resources. So we've asked the community to give us land. We have evidence of them. So another issue, which is a very major issue, is not deniable that our youths sometimes are uncooperative. Even in the face of development, they might, in some cases, try to hamper progress. And here, that's why I'm very, very grateful that the Ezali of the community is here today to get the mandate from the leadership of the community that you will do everything possible to allow our site inspectors to inspect the site in the event of completion of the project. Because this project will have representatives from United Nations to come actually look at Egbema this place. They've had experience in the past where they go to some communities, restive use will stop them, which is why we had, like you guys heard about this project taking so long. Why if I love about to get the hand? Why would they bring this amount of money to these communities? And when they come now to verify if any way go for, nobody will let them see what they actually spend their money for. So we promise them that the community have told us that they will provide security for them if required to be able to access some of these sites. And I think it's actually very important because today I went to Ugada and that place is far. That place is also lonely. So it will require community reinforcement to make sure in the event that they want to see the site in Ugada that they have the support to go and view the site. So the security issue is one. Another issue is the land. I believe the land has been secured. But another issue that I want to touch about the land is this. So when you look at the project that we have in place, our objective is to now also help members of the community that are economically disadvantaged. In this case, mainly women. So we encourage those women anywhere to what we call one chain or one plot, whatever the case is. We also give them resources, give them seedlings to cultivate their own individual lands. Okay, and then the only thing we ask of them is that they come back to us to tell us how our interventions helped them as family members. Were you able to, at the end of the project, to realize some money that helped to pay your children's school fees? And how did this help you elevate your poverty? Because the reason why I'm emphasizing on youth is that this project is being funded by Global Environmental Facility, UNDP. However, the implementing agency is Foundation for Youth Development. So you see the key point, we want to empower the youths also, be it children or school-age youths, we want to empower them. So the youths will be helping us to actually do the cleanup of the oil spill sites. Okay, so those are the things that I want to make sure that the community is aware. What are their responsibilities? One, the land. Two, the labor. The labor we're not paying for. I want to make it clear. We're not paying you guys for the labor, but we'll pay you for material needed to cultivate the land. Let's say to the cutlass, anything that is needed to actually clear the land and cultivate the land. That's what the project will pay for. Why we're not paying for labor is because this is a partnership. So you, on your own end, you're bringing the labor force, the land. We're not bringing the money to help you take control of the land that has been degraded. So I want to make sure that all those concepts are clear, because the moment people start asking for money, we're not a profit-making organization. But the profit will now come to the community itself. We're not interested on what you do with the resources that you get from these projects. At the end of it, we're not taking it away from you. However, we want to make sure that we're not paying for the land.
Very transparent and straight. So, Bobula, I lara Abacheke, the Melangono Jiricho. Island the World Bank, Memala, Mea Mishankomo, Abero Shelaoji, Ewata, some funds, I don't have any water, our own counterpart fund. I should have like 5 million, and water 1 million, Kawayiga, and water. Liga, Yiga, and I'll try to identify the projects. Then, and we're going to run the bridge and run the chairs. Mala, if I'm ready, some of our sons, now manage alongside with their name of our story till now. So all the corporations are not like Canadian. Obey Ugada and security in and in our youth's instruction, they will abide by that instruction. And I'm at the area and the youth to the medical gaffage, and I let them our youths. So the security will be on ground. They look at the age alone. We'll cooperate. The leaders are on ground. We know what it takes to make the team move. So I show on what battle island. Anna, I do try and palecho.
I am Charles Mados Amambobi, the vice-time chairman of Abacheke. My question goes this way. Concerning budgets, our dreams, how long will it take us to come to reality?
In actualization. Foundation for Youth Development already entered an MOA with the United Nations. As at last year, actually. Without the MOA, actually what we're doing right now, we're executing what we promised on the MOA. This is part of the agreement, was that we will now come, like I believe there was an event made not too long ago. We call it community sensitization event. I think it was on 31st of December. Yeah. Right. So we gave the mandate to the community to go ahead and start telling community members that the project is here and that they can start making preparation for the project. So everything we are doing right now is what we call capacity building, meaning we want to make sure that the community is ready to carry out the project. So to answer your question, the project has already started. It might, in your eyes, it might not have started because it will basically clear the sites. But why I'm here right now is to actually confirm all that the community has promised, which in the form of land. This morning, Ali Leurije went and confirmed where we are proposing to have a nursery. And then, so another point that I wanted to make sure we drive along to the community is that besides that site, IFOR, we also need other areas where we will now empower other women to benefit directly from the project, because that's our mandate to alleviate poverty. And then another thing that we wanted to confirm also was we are there in fact oil spills, because we've seen the pictures. So that's why I took the pen of going down to Ugada to verify that there were in fact oil spills that are undisputable in our judgment. It wasn't just myself that was there today. You saw Dr. Francis from Imo State University that was there today with me. He will be spearheading the remediation process. So to answer your questions, yes, our project has started. So the next thing we will do now is to provide you guys the funding and the resources to actually clear the spaces. So that's the next set of action that will be happening. I'll be reporting back to Foundation to Youth Development, which is the FYD, the guarantee, and then we'll also transmit our information to UNDP, United Nations Development Fund, Development Program, who will be releasing the funds for the projects to us. So in fact, we're confident at this point because there is a legal document in the form of an MOA that has now directed us to proceed with the project, and we're doing accordingly. At this point, it is FYD that is funding all activities that you see going on in the community today, but that's on the directive of the United Nations Development Program to do so. The processes are in place to make sure the funds are available. We'll be transmitting all funds through Women Works Initiative by the chairperson, Mrs. Regina. Team in place that she will be using to execute the project.
The same verification you're doing now, the management team will also go to verify that the people who are going to benefit have actually provided the land they want to use.
That's correct.
Yeah, what a war, you know. So the management team, I'll look at the first meeting.
Okay.
Everything will be above board.
Sidley. Hello. Because there are in that Egbema West, there are some plants you put on there, and the flood will just carry it. So I want to know the type, or is it standard? If it is standardized, if it's of uniform, okay. So I want to know.
Owned project, meaning we're doing it for the benefit of the community. You know, you have a history of your land. You know what will survive. You know what will give you the maximum yield.
Yeah.
We are more than happy to advise you from a professional standpoint what we think based on our scoping of the land might thrive. But at the end of the day, you have to sustain what you plant. So whatever you believe that will give you the maximum yield at your land, we are more than happy to give you the resources to acquire them and plant. Okay. So we want to have something to show for this project. So that means we will rather encourage the community members to think very clearly about what they plant. But I will be working with them to see what will give us the maximum yield, and we'll reserve the right to say no, this will not thrive, based on any information that are provided in the background. But at the end of the day, we'll give you guys the leverage to decide on what seedlings to plant, and we'll provide the resources to acquire them for you. In actually reclaiming your land, at the same process, you're being productive. So I would suggest, if you guys may, we'll call this area, no matter how much you want to do it, the banana and cassava belt.
Yes.
Where we'll try to do it at a commercial scale. We'll also help you guys to develop a value chain. If you produce a lot, we'll develop a value chain to take it out of here. If you can now, if you have low offtake within this region, we promise that we'll gather the resources to help you guys offtake it and develop a value chain. Okay, for things like palm tree.
Palm trees, yes.
Okay.
So that because floods, when it comes to
might not work there.
yes,
Okay,
it can work, but the flood.
Because you see the people, I mean, they will make much money.
Exactly.
You make much money, and people will be happy. See them, growing.
So
man, we invest much on that.
Once you plant here, another sucker just comes up. So you keep
planting.
You keep planting. Then the palm trees will be good for Ugada.
For Ugada, okay.
But this banana plantain will be good for Abacheke Axis.
Okay.
Including pineapple.
Pineapple. All those ones.